morning, afternoon, or good night. This is Jared Johnson, the Jared J, talking a little NFL today as I'm wearing my Jaden Daniels shirt. I'm going to talk about 5 players that could have breakout seasons in 2025. Number 1 guy I'm going to mention was the number 4 overall pick in last year's NFL draft, Marvin Harrison Jr., wide receiver of the Arizona Cardinals. My opinion, his rookie season was a bit underwhelming for what I think he's capable of, and for a guy that got number 4 overall pick. He had 62 receptions, 885 yards, 8 touchdowns. He wasn't worthless, but those aren't monster numbers. Those aren't what I think he's capable of. I think he could have a breakout in year 2. Some of you may be wondering, well, what's changed? Not a lot's changed about their offense. With him, I'm just betting on the talent. I think he and Kyler Murray just really weren't on the same page last year. I think if they can figure that out, if Arizona can find out better ways to incorporate him in the offense. Also, Harrison he's got to elevate. He's got to rise to the level of the NFL. But I'm betting on the talent. The guy had back-to-back 1,000-yard receiving seasons for Ohio State. His dad's a Hall of Famer. He's got the size, the speed, the athleticism. Does all that mean he'll necessarily have a Hall of Fame career? No, it does not. But again, I'm betting on the talent here. He's only had 1 year. I could see this guy really making a big leap in this season. We'll wait and see, but I'm betting on his talent. Number 2 guy also was a top 10 pick in last year's draft. Wide receiver from Washington Huskies, Rome Odunze of the Chicago Bears. He also had a bit of an underwhelming season as a rookie. 54 receptions, 734 yards, 3 touchdowns. But Keenan Allen has now moved on. Yeah, DJ Moore's still there. The reason I think Odunze can have a breakout in year 2, more opportunity. Caleb Williams is going into his 2nd year. He's now got a year of experience playing on the NFL level. So does Odunze. I think they'll probably have a pretty good connection there. Yes, I know they drafted Luther Burden III. Yes, I know they drafted Colston Loveland. Those are more weapons for Caleb Williams to throw to. I think Odunze, much like Harrison, the talent is there. With Odunze, the opportunity, the target share should be higher. So I would expect a much bigger season out of him. 3rd guy I've got on the list, he's going into his 3rd season, tight end for the Jacksonville Jaguars, Brenton Strange. Last season, he started 10 games because Evan Ingram did have some injuries. Strange had only 53 targets on the season, but on those 53 targets, he caught 40 passes, 411 yards, only 2 touchdowns. The numbers aren't mind-blowing, but Evan Ingram's now with the Broncos. Brenton Strange is entering his 3rd year. He should be Jacksonville's starting tight end. If they use him in a similar way that they've used Ingram over the years, and based on what we did see with the opportunity Strange got last year, he could actually be a really productive tight end. Yes, I know they drafted Travis Hunter. Brian Thomas Jr. is and should be their number 1 weapon in that offense. I think Strange gives a really good, solid, reliable target over the middle of the field. And remember, Trevor Lawrence was injured quite a bit last year. A lot of this playing time that Brenton Strange had was with Mac Jones. So if Trevor Lawrence stays healthy this year, Brenton Strange now gets a full season of starting. He's a guy worth keeping an eye on. I think he really could have a pretty big season here in 2025. 4th guy on my list is a guy that I'm a big fan of. Also going into his 3rd season, Baltimore Ravens running back Keaton Mitchell. Now, last season, Mitchell, let me back up a little bit. He was an undrafted free agent, 2023. Started the season injured. Played a few games, tore his ACL at the end of the year. So for the 2024 season, he missed almost the whole season. He played in 5 games, mostly on special teams. He only had 15 carries for 30 yards, no touchdowns. So why on earth do I think he might have a big season this year? Let's back up to his rookie year, 2023, where he also spent half the season injured. But he did play 8 games. He had 47 carries, 396 yards, and 2 touchdowns. 8.4 yards per carry. His breakout game, first game of his rookie season that he played against the Seattle Seahawks, he had 9 carries, 138 yards, which is 15.3 per carry, and scored a touchdown. That's a small sample size, I get it. But the guy runs a 4.37 in the 40. He's now more than a year removed from his ACL surgery. I know he's playing behind Derrick Henry in that offense. Derrick Henry just got signed to a 2-year extension. But Keaton Mitchell's got the speed, the athleticism. He can play off of Henry. He's a good change of pace guy. I'm not saying Keaton's going to lead the league in scoring or rushing or anything crazy like that. But you put him in that backfield alongside Lamar Jackson, that's 2 fast, deadly guys that the defense has to worry about. And when you've been spending all game getting run over by Derrick Henry and you're already kind of gassed and your energy sapped, now you got to try to catch a guy as fast as Keaton Mitchell. That's not an easy task. So he's in a great offense. He's in a great situation. If his speed's back to where it was as a rookie, I think he could be a serious weapon in that offense. The 5th and final guy I'll talk about, if you've been following the channel, you know I'm a big fan of this guy. Newly signed New York Jets quarterback, Justin Fields. Look, I know a lot of people don't think that much about him, and I get it. Truthfully, he hasn't proven enough in his career for me to be as high on him as I am. I just think the talent's there. I don't think we've seen the best of him yet. Last season with Pittsburgh, he played in 10 games, started the first 6. Numbers were not anything to get excited about. 1,106 yards passing, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception, 62 carries, 289 yards, 5 rushing touchdowns. The biggest thing there is the rushing yards and the rushing touchdown, considering he only started 6 games. That's nothing to go crazy about. But he showed a lot of potential in Chicago. He had over 1,000 yards rushing his second year in the league, only the 3rd quarterback in NFL history to do that. He had some pretty good passing numbers when he and DJ Moore were both healthy. And some people don't know this, but so far, the season where DJ Moore had the most receiving yards in his career was with Justin Fields as quarterback. So now Fields is with a new team. He's got Garrett Wilson. He's got Breece Hall, who's the best running back he's played with. Contingent upon how he's utilized, contingent upon how that offense is structured, he and Breece could be a deadly run-pass option duo. Maybe he'll finally get the best out of Garrett Wilson, and Garrett Wilson will get the best out of him. Look, I don't know. In 2 or 3 years, if he still hadn't gone any further, all of you can come back to me and say, hey, when's Justin Fields going to be as good as you think he is? And I guess I won't have an answer. I believe in him. I think the talent's there. The only thing that concerns me is they've got a defensive-minded head coach, so I don't know how that offense is going to be structured. But I think if he stays healthy all year, if Wilson and Breece Hall stay healthy all year, we could finally see Justin Fields playing more on the level that I keep saying I believe he's capable of playing in. So those are 5 guys I think could be poised for breakout years this year. Let me know in the comments. Do you vehemently disagree with everything I said? Does anybody else out there believe in Keaton Mitchell and Justin Fields like I do? Who are some other guys that you have your eyes on that you think could have big seasons in 2025? Let me know. I'd love to hear about it. Well, thank all of you for stopping by today. If you did like the video, please show that by clicking the like button. If you've not already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel. It really will help enable me to continue to bring you this type of content as well as many other types. So I hope y'all have a great week. Thanks so much for stopping by, and I hope I see you again real soon.